Uh, do you have any standout observations that you could share with us, either of you? Some cool stories while you're out there observing biodiversity?
Yeah, okay. Well, probably for me this time around, one of my highlights was getting to do rock pooling and snorkeling with a couple of local experts, which was amazing. So I went out with Professor Steve Smith and Dr. Matt Nims, experts in their field in the area. Matt particularly with sea hares and hermit crabs and things like that, and Steve with all kinds of gastropods or anything marine really. And it's amazing what they could find in one rock pool, like literally hundreds of species and several different types of nudibranchs. And yeah, it was insane. So that was really cool to see them in action and learn heaps from them, because even though I've spent a bit of time in that environment, I still wasn't finding the stuff that they were finding. So that was great. In terms of one or two standout observations for me, probably I found this bright orange worm in the rainforest that I thought was just like a land planarian. Turns out it was a terrestrial ribbon worm, which I had no idea existed, which was really cool. So that was fun. And I think I found a couple of weevils, that one in particular I think might have been the first living sighting of one, or the first living photograph of one, which was really cool. But yeah, that's probably my highlights. Yeah, really fun.
Cheers. How about you, Thomas?
Now I know I have to bring in this third-party assistance next year for my outings to rack up my species counts. I was out there slogging it in the heat by myself. I had a few cool ones. I saw my first ever onion orchid, Microtus unifolia. So I was pretty stoked to find that one. I don't think I've really seen that many different orchid species on my travels. Probably only 30 or 35 compared to some of the other Australian users I see on INAT are up, kind of 70, 80, 90, 100 plus different orchids. So I'm always really jealous of all those cool orchid sightings. So I was pretty happy to notch up a new one, especially one that's so kind of small and green and obscure and difficult to spot. So that was a good one to tick off. I also had an interesting worm related sighting where I noticed something swimming in this freshwater creek in the national park I was in. And well, at first I thought it was just some kind of debris just floating along the river. And then I realized it was kind of actively swimming against the flow as well. And it was about a 30 centimeter long horsehair worm. So it's one of those, a lot of people have probably seen YouTube videos of them emerging as parasites from praying mantises and crickets and things. And yeah, it was about 30 centimeters long, probably only 1 or 2 millimeters wide. And it was just glittering like rainbow and iridescent in the sun. And it was the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. Like it didn't look like something that should be alive. Like it didn't look like a living organism. It just looked like a little piece of shiny string swimming along the creek. So that was, and even more surprisingly, someone actually ID'd it to order for me. So got it beyond horsehair worm. So that was kind of a double bonus as well.
Has it spent some time inside a fish or something like that, do you think?
Yeah, that's a great question. I got no idea. I don't even know what the host would be. I mean, given it was so long, like it was 30 centimeters, I would assume probably some kind of vertebrate host, but
maybe it could.
I have seen some weird, maybe a big snail. I have seen some weird videos of them coming out of bugs, and it's like those magical handkerchiefs that magicians have, and it just like keeps coming and coming and coming, and you don't know how it all fits inside. So I've no idea what it came out of, what it was going into, but it was quite a cool one.